It's the Imagine, Act, Achieve happy hour. Oh, and that's feeding back. Hold on. Let me try that. All right. And so, with this stream, I wanted to introduce you more to how I save people time and energy for everything that they want to do. And you know what? It starts with taking some time to figure out what it is that you really want to be spending your time with. And that's what this hour is about. We're going to imagine, act, and then achieve. Because there is one formula that works. If you remember that your thoughts lead to feelings, your feelings lead to actions, and your actions lead to results, then you will know that a positive thought will lead to a positive result. And if you're having negative thoughts, you may notice that you're getting negative results. So how do we change those thoughts and get to the root of the problem? That's with some small changes in the way that you think about things. So I call that mental fitness. And as a positive intelligence coach, I teach this process. I've about had it with technology for today. And so we're going to do one of the things that I do on a regular basis to relax. So let me introduce my fish tank that has just gone away. You see this? Okay. Let me introduce my fish tank. Then I thought I was going to be all fancy and I was going to have a thing for my phone right here. Mm-hmm. But that's what was feeding back and that was distracting me. So hold on. Let's change this. And see if I can make it work for real. When I decided that I was going to take control of my time, I started writing down everything that I wanted to do. This fish tank is one of my hobbies. But I'm going to show you how to use something like this to relax and be calm. In the next 15 minutes, I just want you to watch what's going on in the fish tank. If you're stressed out or worried about something right now, just let it go. I have a baby shrimp in there. Let's see if he shows up in the next 15 minutes. Okay, so that wasn't quite. All right, that test was a fail. So that wasn't quite 10 minutes before that disconnected. But I saw the baby. Did you see the baby? He's so little. Anyway, what we're really doing there when we focus our attention and we just sit and watch something, if we just sit and listen, if we sit and we feel something, if we really focus on our taste, it's these senses that help us check in with what's really happening right now in the moment. And why that's important is sometimes, actually, a lot of times, our mind isn't right here in the moment. It's what happened an hour ago, 2 hours ago, yesterday, a year ago. It's in the future, being worried about something that's going to happen or not going to happen. Because of that, because we're living in this imaginary space, our mind doesn't know the difference between what's imaginary and what's real. So it still sends out all of these chemicals in response to, if you're worried, well, that's where those stress hormones come from that make the knots in your stomach and make it hard to breathe and set off those panic attacks. But when you're thinking about something that's sad and makes you really upset, something that happened that, man, you just can't stop thinking about, and it makes you depressed and sad and feel like you can't get out of that space. So a way to reset your mind when you start feeling negative emotions is to really tune into your feelings. So what I do with my fish tanks as a habit every day, in the morning when I feed my fish, I just take 5 or 10 minutes just to really focus on the fish tank. Whether I'm watching the fish and paying attention to the colors, noticing how dead my plants are, still trying to figure that out. But I don't want this dream to be about me teaching, talking the whole time. This is going to be a work session for you and for me to stay accountable to ourselves and what we really want to accomplish this year. So how do we do that? Well, I want to remind you that thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, and actions lead to results. So let's start the process with what we're thinking about. So the exercise that we're going to work on today is writing down your perfect day. Yeah, right now it's probably a work of fiction. You probably are not living your perfect day. There's probably a good amount of time that you're spending not really happy that you're doing that particular activity. Maybe you go to a job that's not very meaningful for you. It pays the bills, but you're looking forward to retirement or vacation or whatever is going to take you away from that job just a little bit. So overlook what your reality is right now for this exercise. Tap into your imagination and unicorns and things that might not really exist just for a second. If life was the way that you really wanted it to be, with no limitations, with no limits on money, how much you had to spend, abilities, What is it that you really want? What do you really want to be spending your time on? So for the next 15 minutes, grab your notebook and a pen and start writing your story. I really wanted to have this on the fish tank while we were writing stories. You want to watch me write a story? Or do you want me to write a story? Can I do it? Hold on. Can I do this? The answer is no. I cannot do that. So this is fine. I'm going to try and reveal it. Because they're hard to see. They're ghost shrimp. No, can't do that either. Okay, so we're going to take the next 15 minutes and we're going to write our perfect story. And you're going to watch me write it over here. Some people might find it more useful rather than writing a story to make a checklist. Make a checklist of things that you want to see every day or every week. All right, about 3 minutes left on this exercise. Okay, so that's part one of the exercise. You're writing your script, the script of your life, your happily ever after. So hopefully you didn't let your head talk get in the way. The, oh, you could never have that. The, well, you work too many hours for you to be able to have time for that. I mean, there's so many thoughts that keep you from actually looking at how could you get these things that you want. So the first step is to just let yourself imagine. Imagine yourself getting what you want. So first we've made the list. And I encourage you to spend a little bit of time every day. It doesn't even need to be 15 minutes. I got a good long list in that 15 minutes and pretty much captured how I want my whole week to be in this list. And I'm going to share it with you. And as I do, I'm really going to imagine and feel what it's like to actually live that. I'm going to live it up here. Might not be real right now, everything, but for just a minute, I will let it exist in my imagination. So in my perfect day, I always wake up with no alarm. My goodness, that would feel so great. The alarm, it's so annoying. It's a terrible way to start out your day. It's like jarring. I'm sleeping, napping, and now this alarm goes off and it almost wakes me up in a panic. And that's how I have to start my day. So a perfect start to my day would be with no alarm, and that would feel amazing. Get to have a nice, relaxing start, have some snuggle time with my puppy, really breathe and have an opportunity to think about what it is that I want to accomplish for the day. When I get to the kitchen, there will be someone else who has made me breakfast and coffee. That would be amazing. I would love that. And the house is clean. The house is clean. Everything's picked up. It's just beautiful. I didn't make it that way. It just somehow, it just is. Okay. And I just have time in the morning. I'm not in a hurry. I can sit and watch my fish tank for a while. I can play with my dog. I could go for a walk. Have time to exercise. Have time to meditate. Have time to get cleaned up. That's important. That feels really good. Yeah. Then I would like to start my meetings around 10 o'clock. And every day that I have a meeting, I would love the opportunity to see someone's eyes light up with that aha moment when they finally discovered what it is that has gotten them stuck. And I would have meetings and do my coaching until about 4 o'clock every day. I'd be done by 4. I would always have off on Fridays. I'd have 4 weeks vacation. And this is all important because as much as I love coaching, I really love archery and puzzles and crafts and gardening and hanging out with my friends and being outside and playing with my pets. And the thing that I'm most passionate about is creating music. Besides that, in my perfect day, I would always meet a new and interesting person. And that person would inspire me and give me different perspective. And possibly ideas or opportunities to get to the next step. And every day, I would connect other people to the people that they need to talk to for their opportunities. Oh, and this would all occur in my nice, beautiful home that's... Can't decide if I want it to be on the river or the ocean. I have time to imagine that. Now, I don't have all of these things, but I'm clear on the fact that if I were to experience these things, I just did in my imagination, that would be something that gave me satisfaction and happiness in my life. These are things that I would like to be spending my time doing. And when I do spend time doing it, it's pretty satisfying. So with this destination is here. Now we just have to figure out how. As creators, we do this all the time. We get something in our head, an idea of something we want to create, and we can see it, but we don't always know what it's going to take to make it a physical object, a painting, a song, a birdhouse. And so you start doing research and you start working with some materials to see how it might work or it might not work together until you finally come up with the right pieces. And now you've put this creation together. This is all you're doing with your life. Taking all the pieces that you find along the way to match what it is that you really like to create, the experiences that you really want to create in life. So this exercise is going to give you the end picture. And just like when you get a new car and you think, I am the only one with this car. And suddenly you see another one and another one And another one, you never noticed these cars before. You're going to start noticing the opportunities to take advantage of some of these things. For example, my no Fridays. Maybe I can't take off every Friday right now, but could I take off one Friday a month? Last year I tested it out. And you know what? I could take off one Friday a month. It's all about testing out how you're going to do it. You know what? The first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts might not be the right way. Did not have the right way with the fish tank. Figure that out next week. The faster you can fail and learn from your mistake, the quicker you're going to get better. So getting to your perfect day is going to be an experiment. And it isn't something that you need to get upset about or worry about or feel like, man, this is taking forever. Just stay focused on what that end thing is that you want. So in the future with these streams, I am going to have some guests that I'm going to interview. And with those interviews, I hope to inspire you to see how these different successful people took an idea, puzzled it out for a while with their thoughts and their imagination. It created a certain feeling, and that feeling caused them to act. And that action got them the result that they're currently living. And we're going to be doing some more fish tank streaming if I can figure out how to make it work better. And we're going to be looking in on some of my other hobbies. I've got some parakeets. Some of you guys don't like birds, so I'll give you a little warning when we have a bird day. I've got my little chihuahua, Stormy. And I'm basically going to show you how you can take some of the things that you enjoy doing and turn them into a way to relieve your stress and just be happier overall. You don't have to be happy when this next best thing in your life is happening. Do not say, I will be happy when I have every Friday off. That's a dangerous trap. That is a story that you're telling yourself that's holding yourself back. Be happy when you do have a Friday off. And if you don't have a Friday off, be happy that the sun is out. Be happy that the colors of fish are beautiful, that your dog is soft, that you have a roof over your head. And I guess you might notice that I'm talking in a way about gratitude, but it's really just checking in the moment and right now in how you feel. So I guess for today, that's all I have. I am going to be sharing a stream from a webinar that I attended earlier today, probably in the next hour or so that you can check that out. It was pretty good. But for now, take this exercise that you started with me and keep adding to it. What did you miss from the list the first time? Every time you sit down to this, you're going to be in a different state of mind. And remember, when you're working on this, there are no restrictions. Whatever restrictions you feel you have now, they're gone. And that's the perspective that you're writing this story. Get to the bottom of what it is that you want. And next week, we'll talk about setting those goals and what actions that you're going to take to get the results that you want this year in 2024. Imagine, act, achieve. Let's make every hour a happy hour. I'm Heidi.